Tonight we are learning more about some new training that Toledo Police will begin getting next year. This goes back to those two interactions with local youth, which the chief felt reflected poorly on the department.
Stand up. Stand up.
And it was that body cam footage that drew sharp backlash back in April. Officers stopped that group for jaywalking and things escalated.
The girl who was thrown to the ground was later charged in a separate shooting incident and ultimately was sentenced to community service and probation and was ordered to write an apology letter to the officer.
Because he looked like a criminal?
No, that's not what it is. This is a high gang, high crime area. It's not my fault you guys live in this neighborhood. I didn't choose to move here.
Well, that encounter between teens and the police went viral back in May. And although the body cam footage given to us stopped there, cell phone video of the incident caught the officer telling the kids to, quote, enjoy poverty.
Both of those interactions sparked calls for accountability, and now we are learning that part of that will be more training for something called compassion fatigue.
New tonight, 13 Action News anchor Lily Lowndes breaks down what that is and how it could affect law enforcement.
Psychology experts say compassion fatigue is something that impacts what are known as the helping professions.
First responders, nurses, doctors, mental health professionals.
Emma Church is a graduate trainee at the University of Toledo Psychology Clinic, which offers individual therapy and psychological assessments. Church says compassion fatigue is caused by a combination of burnout and stress from helping people in or with traumatic situations.
One of the big things is it might make you less enthusiastic about your work, so it might make it more difficult for you to feel engaged in your relationships.
Those symptoms build up over time. Church said compassion fatigue can make work seem like a group of tasks to check off quickly so you can be finished. People may feel fatigued and emotionally drained, potentially impacting how they interact with people at work.
Maybe quick-tempered or has like some kind of irritability going on, like something that you normally wouldn't notice in that person who is typically kind of like gung-ho and ready to get through the day.
2 Toledo police interactions with young people went viral this year for how officers engaged with teenagers.
Because you're annoying and you're dumb.
While it's not clear if those officers were experiencing compassion fatigue, Chief Mike Trenley said the department would implement training on that topic.
Both incidents reflected negatively on our department and our community. In each case, there were opportunities for better judgment and engagement. Whether an officer's actions were determined to be within policy or fell short of department expectations, training remains one of the most effective tools for reinforcing professionalism and public trust.
In general, Church said training and awareness can be beneficial in preventing compassion fatigue. A spokesperson for TPD told me compassion fatigue training is expected to start next year. In Toledo, Lily Lowndes, 13 Action News.